Hello, Scrapbookers. This is Megan, and I am back today a little late, but I am super excited to be participating in today's Stretch the Sketch. So I was asked by Janet and Khristina to create a sketch for the ladies this month, and I was so excited and so honored that they thought of me. Of course, I said yes. So you will have seen the sketch that I created for this month and for the layout that we're going to be stretching. So obviously, as you can see here, I have 6 photos, which calls for definitely a 2-page layout. And so I am totally stretching this sketch to the max. And I absolutely love how it came out. I don't do a whole lot of 2-page layouts. I have in the last year, I don't know why. I just have, probably because I'm going through photos and realizing how many I have for one event. Especially when my kids were younger, I took like hundreds of photos every day. So double page or 2-page layouts are a lot easier to get all of those photos scrapbooked and easily. I'm not going to say quickly because I think this layout took me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I apologize also about the zooming in and out. I thought I had my manual focus on, but I didn't. So I apologize about that. Anyway, here you can see I am going to use up a bunch of 6x6 paper pads today, and I'm going to make them work on my 12x12 page. So what I'm doing is I am just cutting them down to 3 inches. And I think this striped one I cut a little smaller because I did want that paper to be a little smaller than the blue border. I apologize also if you can hear my husband. He is out in the living room playing a video game very loudly. I know some of you probably have husbands that do the same thing, so please forgive me. Anyway, so here you can see I am placing that striped paper down, and at first I wasn't quite sure if I really liked the striped paper. I did, but at the same time I didn't. So I'm not going to glue it down right away, but I did decide to only use these 2 photos on the right hand page, and then on the left hand page I'm going to use these 3 photos. So this is the cake for my husband's birthday party back in 2009, and it was just a small family party. We had just him, me, and the kids, and we made the cake, and Brennan and Mark had to lick the whipped cream off of their fingers. And so I just thought these photos were so cute of them licking their finger and then Brennan like making a funny face while he's getting ready to lick his finger. So this is where I decided I am going to bring in a bigger piece of blue paper. It doesn't match the navy blue on the other side, but it's a pretty close color, so I was okay adding it to this side of the page. Here I'm just showing you what it was. I don't even remember, and I couldn't really see. So if you wanted to see which paper it was, go ahead and jump back and click pause. So I glue that down, and then I'm going to cut up this heart paper, and I'm going to mat the photo of Brennan like about to lick his finger with that heart or star paper. Oh my goodness, my mind, I cannot talk. I'm sorry. So I'm going to mat this photo right here with this star paper. And I really like how that looks. I am going to use my ruler to just make an imperfect cut. I kind of like that look right now. I've been doing that a lot more lately, and it's really fun. So this is where I decide, okay, I don't think I want to mat these other 2 photos on the bottom, so I'm just going to create the same kind of effect on this side as I did on the other side with the 2 different papers. So you have the one patterned and then the one blue. So I am just trying to make these 2 pieces of paper work out. I thought I had cut it 3 inches, but apparently one of them was slightly, just a sliver over that. And if you know me at all, I'm a perfectionist and I hate stuff like that. Okay, so now here you see I have that star paper to the left of the blue on that first layout. And now I am trying to decide what else I want to do on this. So I'm going to push the layout up just a little bit and go through my birthday embellishments and start placing them on the layout. So I had these 3 circles and then quite a few different just phrases, and so my sketch called for a lot of banners, and I'm going to use banners on this, but I'm moving them. And that's kind of fun, and one of the reasons why I love sketches, it creates a jumping off point, but oftentimes I don't stick strictly to the sketch. And with this one, I definitely don't stick to it at all because obviously I'm trying to stretch it out and make it work for this layout. So here I'm trying to decide if I want to do a matte, and if I do, what color. And I was thinking, doing that bright green, but then that was just too much. So then I found this teal blue and it was perfect. I absolutely loved it. In the sketch behind the main photo, it does call for a smaller, simple layer behind the photo before the big matte around the whole photo. And so I decided with this photo to do the simple, smaller layer and then to do the big matte behind it. So this is where I'm going to cut down that orange paper to be the simple layer behind the photo, and then I'm going to put the teal matte after that. So I matted both of those 2 bottom photos with that teal paper, and then I am putting a circle embellishment in each one of the clusters. And actually, there are 3 clusters on each page of this 2-pager. So actually, there aren't circles. Oh, no, there are. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'm so confused right now. What's going on? Okay, so now I'm adding more layers and embellishment to the right side. I know that I want to use that word celebrate as part of my title, and so a little down the road I'll pull out a bunch of different alphas to kind of go through that. Oh, here it is. So I'm thinking I want a black alpha at first, but then they weren't really going very well with the gold from the Celebrate. And so what I decided to do is to use a corrugated brown alpha. So now this is where I'm going to start putting all of the embellishments into place. And you can see me kind of holding my finger really weird. Well, I actually cut myself with my trimmer and it was kind of bleeding, but it had stopped bleeding. And so I just wanted to finish this before I went and grabbed a Band-Aid. So if you notice my finger is like all weird, that's why. It's because I was trying not to get blood on my layout. Have you guys ever done that before? Like hurt yourself, but you don't want to tend to yourself until you're done with the layout, or you can get to a stopping point that you're happy with? I'm weird, I know. So you can just tell me, no, Megan, if I cut myself with my paper trimmer, I'm going to go get a Band-Aid right away and clean it. But I didn't. Yeah, I'm a special person. Okay, so now here you can see I'm adding the banners, and the way that I decide to add the banners is in a cluster of 3s. So I have one in that, on the right page, I have one in that right top corner. Sorry, words again are failing me. And then I'm doing another cluster of banners in to the left of this photo here on the left layout, and I really, really, really love how that turns out. I kind of want to give it a try using this sketch again and actually follow the sketch to a T. So I might try doing that and just see how it comes out a second time. That would be kind of fun to see what I come up with. So now I'm just starting to glue everything down. I'm really, really loving how everything is turning out. This layout was so much fun to make, and I'm so excited to hear what you think of the layout and the sketch and how I stretched it to be a 2-page layout. Do you think it looks like the sketch? Do you think I did a good job? I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I love this layout. Okay, now here I am going to put down the title, and like I said, I go with this corrugated alpha, and the title is just going to be Celebrate Dad. Very simple and easy. So now I'm going to start gluing everything down on this right-hand side. I start with the banners. That felt like a good place to start. Do you ever like pile everything onto your layout and then you're like, oh crap, where do I even start gluing things down? I have been doing that so much lately, and it's starting to drive me a little crazy. Now here I am going to start by gluing down the photos, and then I'm going to glue down the embellishments on top of that. Now I'm going through and trying to figure out what else I want to add to each of the clusters. They still feel like they're missing something. So I find the border strips from the 6x6 pieces of paper, and I staple them together, and then I pull out a button. So I use some blue buttons in every single cluster, which totally just brings in the whole layout, and I absolutely love how that draws it together and makes it all work. Okay, so now I am just going to finish adding a button and gluing them down in each cluster, like I said, and that is it for this layout. I am so excited and so happy that I was asked to be a part of this. I hope that you all will check out the links that I hopefully will have posted below, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!